Welcome back, Street Fighter League Season 3. We're going to get back into it. I didn't know what you were doing over there. It definitely threw me off. But one of our preseason undercard matches, an exhibition for you guys at home. We're going to have Commander Jesse versus Alex Myers is one of our exhibition matches. I feel like Commander Jesse versus Alex Myers is going to be an amazing set, and we've talked about them enough. Vicious has talked about them. I have talked about them. Let's get some words from the competitors themselves. Here is Commander Jesse.
Street Fighter League Season 3 looks definitely interesting. I mean, you got a lot of really strong players now. A lot of top players from a lot of different areas of the world. I mean, Europe has a really strong scene. Obviously, North America, first and second place in Capcom Cup, both here in the United States, iDom and Punk respectively. So I think it's going to shape up to be pretty exciting. I think a lot of people are going to be interested in some of the results. I think there's some teams that are made for just chaos. You have that one team, Ada Gustavo's team, 801 Strider's team, which just looks insane. And I think some of those teams are wild. But I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens and what unfolds. But it looks really. So today, I guess I'm going up against Alex Myers, and should make for an interesting match. He's a really good player. It should be pretty interesting. The last time we went off against each other was at Wednesday Night Fights, and it was a pretty close set. I reset the bracket, and then I ended up winning 3-1 at Grand Finals. I know each time we play, he's labbing, he's working hard to try to improve his play, so we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's an interesting matchup, Dhalsim. The strategy is just maybe to continue to play the way I've been playing. I feel like I've been playing pretty well as of late, but I have been switching through characters. So I haven't been playing as much Dhalsim lately, but I think that it's all still there and fresh in my mind. So I'm hoping to continue that play. And if I need to switch, then maybe I'll switch.
Commander Jesse, man, one of the strongest players I personally feel like in SoCal. Like I said, I'm a transplant, but I've always been a fan. I'm interested to see, will it be the Dhalsim? I feel like that's one of his strongest players. What about you?
You know, I wouldn't doubt it. I think having Dhalsim straight up to kind of gauge where Alex Myers is at and kind of see who he would want to play afterwards if they decide to change it up. Because again, it is best of 7, first to 4. So without a doubt, I think Jesse's gameplay would be to come out swinging for the most part. And it makes sense because he still has some backup characters that would be just as strong. He does have a very, very viable G on the table. But without a doubt, I think one of those guys like Jesse, I've talked about his work ethic before. His time in the lab is so effective. His time in scouting out and studying players is absolutely ridiculous. He's one of those guys that gets beat up from time to time, but really learns the lessons and really applies them into the next match. He's like a Saiyan. He's growing every single time. And you know, without a doubt, I think Myers is going to have a pretty tall order, not physically, but you know, in the world of Street Fighter as well, because Jesse's a pretty huge guy. I'm just saying, he's a giant.
Well, with that being said, I would love to hear Alex Myers' take on it. Let's get some words from Alex Myers.
Later today, Nephew is going to play Samurai. Samurai is like my training partner. We play a lot. I understand his play style like better than anyone. Very, very solid, but likes to put in a little more aggression when he has the lead. I feel like he doesn't overextend early on, but he'll take that extra risk when he knows he has you conditioned and when he knows he has a life lead. He's very good at balancing out the aggression with the slowness that he's known for. Me and Nephew have played quite a bit too. I think his playstyle is very solid. He tries to kind of emulate Punk a bit, I feel. Like Punk is his roommate for the time being. They live together in NorCal. And I feel like Nephew tries to play very solid, very hit confirm based like Punk, but has his own bit of Nephew flair. Like he likes to be a little bit aggressive at times, and he's really good with his setups. So I think Nephew is like a good blend of his own and Punk. My opponent is Jesse today. What do I think of Jesse? I really like Jesse. We're good friends. Me and him are a bit of rivals, I would say, because ever since I moved back to LA, so we have this local about 15 minutes away. It would usually be like me and Jesse in Grand Finals every time. We go back and forth, but now we're playing online, and I feel like whenever I play Jesse online, he kind of stomps me. So I had to really focus on designing a game plan for online Jesse, because I feel like online Jesse is a bit more aggro. He's a bit more like carefree with his risk than he is offline. I feel like offline he's more like what I'm used to Jesse. So I'm trying to get used to this online Commander Jesse. Like I said, me and Jesse are rivals, and like as rivals, we constantly want to beat each other. And I want to prove that I think I'm the best in SoCal. So I want to prove that I'm the best in SoCal right now. right now.
Alex Myers, another class act. I've already given you kind of my experience with him, but we've talked about the fact that these guys are both SoCal players, and you even mentioned that they played each other a lot. Like, what was that like?
So we do kind of like leave out some of the details just so we can break it down even further. Now, Alex Myers and Jesse, since Alex moved back, he's a lot more into like the Valley area, which is exactly where Jesse is from. And they actually have a brand new local, the 818 local over at Worlds Collide. These guys played it out every single week and have met each other in the top 8 stages day in and day out. Honestly, these guys have such an ongoing record. I can't even tell who's in the lead. It's that close. And it's been kind of a coin toss as to who would take it, no matter what the character. And that's what's really scary about Alex Myers, is that he's just as effective with other characters as he was with Cammy, mostly Chun-Li, because as soon as he saw those changes, man, he jumped ship so quick. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna give this a shot. But I don't even know if that's gonna be the character of choice. I'm pretty sure he's gonna stick with his tried and true Cammy, specifically in this matchup, as it is way more advantageous, but who knows?
All right, well, here we go. We're getting into it. Commander Jesse going up against Alex Myers, and it's going to be Cammy versus Dhalsim. I was thinking we're going to see the Chun-Li, but that air trajectory, the fact that those dive kicks are really going to be able to change up that air, but I feel like you had the same option with Chun-Li, but I guess we're about to find out. Once again, this is best of 7. You need 4 games to get the W. We're about to get into it.
I do have to say, the outfits are on point.
Oh, yeah.
Myers definitely has the right choice of outfits. And Commander Jesse, this specific color scheme, it blends well with the Shadowloo base.
I was actually about to say, that's kind of cheap.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're here for.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God!
Okay, all right.
Swinging.
Don't let it fool you. We're online, but you'll definitely get whip punished and ready with the instant DP.
Dear God.
But this is
He's just shutting him down. Okay, this is where it all changes, right? Commander Jesse with the corner positioning. No, Myers chases him down. He thought he was gonna breathe. No, sir, keep the mask on.
That's one of the things that I've noticed from Commander Jesse, that he's gotten so much better at. Getting control of that corner and getting out of the corner when he needs to. A lot of times he'll fight in that corner. Speaking of, there's a throw to get a little closer.
Oh no! I don't want to watch this anymore.
That's ridiculous. The first match, let me in. That's the round. Wow.
How did he know? How did he know he was going to be there?
Man,
that's ridiculous. He's like, you know what? I'm going to change sides just so I can avoid this corner. Nah. You weren't cleared for takeoff. Get out of here. My God.
Bro, yeah, he definitely was not clear for takeoff. He brought him right back down to the ground.
He grabbed him by the beard. He grabbed him by the beard and spun him down.
Yo, the call out to the ST with the air throw from Cammy, though, I dig it. Oh wow, the whip punish.
And there was a buffer behind it. The 2-in-1 special, only available at Street Fighter League.
Yeah, that standing heavy punch just to get the buffer on top of it as well.
Oh, no.
Counter hit. You're going to hold this corner.
But wait, there's more.
Stays outside the corner, stand light kick to keep that pressure.
Backing away. He knows the pressure's kind of off, so he's trying to wait for Commander Jesse to make his move. He does have the life lead, so he's playing it well. The critical arc can also lead to a ton of damage, but we'll see how Commander Jesse reacts.
And you can tell right now that Myers is playing back a little further because he wants to make sure he's not ready for that air entry. Those normals from Dhalsim can definitely be a problem. Let him cook.
Did you see that?
Let him cook.
The original recipe that got extra crispy. Plus frames.
Back
okay,
throw.
Delayed back throw, still within range. Stand short.
I really love the fact that Alex Myers is just going for more tick throws than anything. Versus Dhalsim, you're very reluctant to go to the air because he can control so much of that ground so fast. On top of that, he can teleport to get out of the corner. Myers completely aware, keeps it with the normals, the stand light, the jabs, the tick throws, makes the gameplay go a lot smoother on his side.
That was absolutely ridiculous. His control over the maneuvers that Jesse presented, the options that Jesse had in terms of changing out the corner, in terms of trying to keep him contained in the air, all of it was null and void in that game. Now I'm kind of curious as to whether or not Jesse sticks to the ground game a lot more, is a lot more active with his normals within a certain range, or is he going to try the same strategy again? Again, we don't know how it's going to play out. Jesse still has a lot to really show Myers. He's one of those guys that's like, okay, this is how I lost. This is how I need to adapt. How much more information do I need to make the plays, right? But Myers dominating game one, absolutely ridiculous. He called the shots and he made it. He just absolutely demolished whatever Jesse wanted to do on a movement basis, right? In terms of the normal placements, where he was going, his reads were all there.
Dang, he was the GPS. He knew exactly where he was going and how he was going to get there. Game 2.
He even told him too.
Right. Make a jump here. Air throw. Now, what the?
And even if it's not an air, oh no!
He's so ready. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Using these normals, not overcommitting too much, but keeping the frames on the side. A bunch of medium punches just to keep that pressure on Dhalsim, make him not comfortable teleporting.
I do like the interrupts from Commander Jesse though, just at range to start off with the stand short, have Myers deterred from moving forward, but he's stuck in this corner. You see that? That's a great option. So Myers actually did it the last time Commander Jesse teleported to the other side and got that air throw. However, the fact that it missed doesn't even matter. He's still safe. He's still okay to approach because he still has that life lead. He's giving up a little bit of a state so long as Dhalsim's in the corner. But this is a dangerous situation. Avoided completely.
Puts back in the fire. Spins the meter to get the deal sealed. That's going to be round number 1, game number 2, Alex Myers. No, you're definitely talking about this 100% correct. The whiff punish early on the limbs means that Commander Jesse's going to be a lot more reluctant to throw out buttons because he knows that Alex Myers is wide awake at the wheel.
Is this online?
This is definitely online. I can tell by the ranks, bro. That was a whiff punish. Are they playing
in the same house? Because this is absolutely ridiculous. The reaction times on Myers has not slowed down one bit. I feel like maybe in net play gives him a little bit more time.
Look, all I'm saying is that he knows exactly how to slow down Commander Jesse. Dhalsim, definitely not typically a fast-paced character, and this is going to be trouble only because how do you keep this character away from you once she gets in? What about the resets? Don't get caught in the corner, bro. Here we go. V-trigger activation. Gonna keep that corner in control. This is one of the strengths of Commander Jesse. He's so good at sauteing, just letting it simmer a little bit more before you take it out of there and consume it, before you take the round.
And he does have critical art on deck, so he can spend it for EX Yoga Fire to really get the pressure.
Oh my God.
But he barely missed. He actually got the Yoga Fire to connect. You could see it in Commander Jesse's facial expressions. He tilted his head. He's like, you know what? I had that. Had he slammed down with the fears, he could have let the critical art rock if he needed to. Actually, for a matter, he could have spent 2 bars. He would have killed him anyway.
That's what I'm looking at. And on top, oh man, it was just the fact that I felt like he wasn't ready in some of these situations. Commander Jesse is on the ropes right now, and it's because Cammy is so close, making him have to deal with so much pressure. And now he can't even throw out limbs because Alex Myers is that awake. He's like, even if you're full screen. So if you notice, he had the Yoga Flame right in front of him. The Yoga Fire was right there in front of him. But I felt like it was just a confirmed thing at that point. You had to be careful because one, he was teleporting, so you had to be careful about the cannon drill. So what are your options at that point, you know?
It's kind of hard. I kind of want to see Jesse play a little bit more compact. I know Dhalsim is not that kind of character to do so, but I feel like he kind of has to tempt Myers with a little bit of forward momentum movement, or just forward movement in general, right? Have these slides to kind of close the gap. Threaten with the limbs, because when you see and look back at these matches, Myers really gets started off of the whiff punishes, closes the gap, and really gets his gameplay going. So maybe if Jesse can deter that just a little bit and kind of nitpick at the life before things get heavy, I think he'll be in a great position. See, now he's moving forward a lot more. You see that he's walking and he's dashing up.
No, you're definitely right. It's more about the pace than anything. And I feel like Commander Jesse might be playing a little too preemptively, trying to play to the strengths of being like, well, you want to be here and you want to be here.
Oh,
another air throw. And you said before, you want to kind of slow down. It's all about control when it's Dhalsim. He might not be the fastest, but he's all about controlling the pace.
The 3-hitter?
Wow.
The no-quitter 3-hitter. That is a Dhalsim exclusive. He was up close and personal. He called him on the phone before he engaged. He was like,
look, I'm definitely going to hit you with this character-specific combo. I hope you're ready, bucko.
That was not even close to 6 feet apart. That was actually the most ridiculous combo. The 3-piece!
And this is what I was talking about. You have to be careful with those limbs because she's able to change her trajectory. Nice normal right there to stop the anti-air approach. Or that jumping approach, excuse me.
And I like him sensing danger, using the V-reversal early at a great time. Now he gets control. Sit him back down too.
3 of those bad boys. You need to clip them and put them on their own highlight reel.
Either that or I think he's an official pilot now. I think he could fly one of those choppers over in the ShinoBi base, right? He's clear for takeoff.
Heavy punch, trying to stop the approach, and this is exactly what I was afraid of for Dhalsim. Teleport back, yeah. And
he converted off of that, he threw the alley-oop.
You cannot get away. My boy Alex Myers, 3 games straight. Yeah, take a chug of the water, bro. I don't even blame you. Dude,
that was
Alex
like him
Myers
throwing it off the backboard and coming in to slam it.
That they're playing a game of horse
awkward position.
For a TV commercial, off the roof, under the car, and still nothing but net? Come on, man.
That was a ridiculous catch from Alex Myers. He caught Dhalsim in the air with a V trigger dive kick, clipped him barely, and was like, huh, let me test the winds out. He licks his fingers, he throws some grass up in the air.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
checked the wind?
I think I got it. I got it. Uppercut.
Got it. The wind's coming in from this way. I'll take care of the rest. This dude, Alex Myers, like you said, this is definitely a scout. This is a long distance scout. You're playing Cammy versus Dhalsim. You know he's going to want to teleport. You know he's going to want to keep you away. You know he's going to try to anti-air you, stop you from using those dive kicks. And he has seen all of this beforehand. And now the adjustment is on the side of Commander Jesse. What can you do to stop him from getting into these places and enacting his game? This is the last match if Commander Jesse can't make something happen.
Again, to remind you folks at home, this is a first of 4, best of 7. Alex Myers up 3-0. Commanding performance against Commander Jesse. And again, each of these games have been 2 rounds apiece for Myers each and every time.
And look at it. Look at the difference in the pacing. Life's still just about the same, but
again, the 3-piece exclusive. The delayed crouch strong for that counter hit allows her to get that combo even up close.
And the stun gives a little meter on top of it. Oh,
A throw will do it if he needs to.
Guess for your life, good pressure, trying to slide to get that activation, gets the crush counter sweep. Nice counter hit, almost had something big right there. Not able to confirm into the trigger. He's gonna hold the screen. Gonna turn the heat up on the stove just a little bit more. Nice punish, Commander Jesse making something happen right now. Gets the drill, and that's gonna be that. Finally, steals around Commander Jesse. He's like, look at me. I'm the commander, not you. I'm the commander.
That's true. That's the first time we see Myers actually try to stuff out the fireball with EX spiral arrow, barely missing the mark, allowing Commander Jesse to take full advantage of that. But here we go, another similar story. Myers, as soon as he captures Commander in the gulag, right, keeping him in this corner with V-Skill 2. That's right, Steve. That's right, you knew it was coming.
V-Skill. I just realized he's using V-Skill 2, and that does so much for controlling the neutral. You got to be even more careful sticking out limbs versus Cammy now. It's going to make you second guess your anti-airing at this point. Like I said, it's going to make you second guess your anti-airing at this point. The EX dive kick able to get in, still in control of the corner, big jump in, and that's going to be a round to put Alex Myers on set point. Commander Jesse finally getting something on the board, but you can't slow down Alex Myers, still in control, set point, here we go.
Did he have V-Skill 2 the entire time? I wasn't even looking until he shot it out.
We haven't seen it the entire time because he's only used it that one instance. And her V-Trigger 2, her V-Skill 2 is able to just control that neutral, giving you a hit right in front of you to make you second guess just throwing out neutral control to try to stop that walk-up pressure.
The thing is, the specific nuances with Commander Jesse and as to why V-Skill 2 is so effective is that Commander Jesse likes to delay tech, and that really blows it up. It could counter hit, it could crush counter if anything, and you could extend the combo and still have enough time to dash up for another set of Oki.
Speaking of dashing up, look at the pacing of this match. Completely in favor of Commander Jesse. You can tell by the life bars. Full trigger on table, and now you see the adjustments are taking place. A lot more movement, a lot more teleports. Look at the screen positioning. This is epitome Dhalsim play. This is what Commander Jesse wants. Not that though. Crouching heavy punch activating the V trigger.
Nobody wants that, honestly. Big jump in on the short.
I like the teleport, but still gets clipped. He's still in control though, but he needs to watch that stun bar. Nice teleport, and still gets opened up. Stun is a factor. Commander Jesse with the slide V trigger. Oh, the teleport to get out of there, Commander Jesse. Trying to run this back. He needs his point. Teleport in front, and the in front snipe. That was the no-scope. He didn't even need the aim down sights. My man just hit you with the no-scope right in front of him.
All over the screen, he's got the 360?
Right? All over this. That's why he teleports, man. He'd be broken in a first-person shooter. That's why Dhalsim is not in any other game. He wouldn't be fair. We got more games to play. This is a first of 4.
Hoo-wee, this guy's a cheater. Now, I will emphasize the fact that Jesse, again, a lot more mobile on defense this time around. As soon as he sees Myers take off into the skies, whether it's a normal or a dive kick, he's sliding out of there. It doesn't matter. He's like, you know what? I may not be able to engage, but that's not my sole purpose. My sole purpose is to irritate you with these hit and run strategies, and it worked to a T in that last game.
Yo, you're definitely telling the truth. Commander Jesse staying alive. I think he heard us about, future Street Fighter League season incentives on the line. I feel like Jesse knows that there's a lot more that's on the line here than just the W, just the pride, just the more than just, the local tournament, clout on the line right now. 3-1 in favor of Alex Myers. What is Commander Jesse going to do now?
hopefully give us more Street Fighter.
Let me
matches,
get some
honestly.
more matches,
I don't want to
bro.
blow out.
This is the first one. This is the undercard match. Let me see it.
I feel like this is the main event.
Oh,
It
I
should
mean,
be.
look, it's been the main event before, so
Ooh.
it's no surprise. Rightfully so, if you ask me.
The normal placement, the decisions as to what normals to choose so far has been really,
the stasis.
really changing.
Get
up
away
against
from
Myers.
me. Oh, punish. Slide to get the knockdown. Look at the stun bar on the side of Cammy. You got to be careful of that air entry.
Uh-oh. Back into the corner. Immediate teleport out from Commander Jesse. No reluctancies there. No hesitant movement from Jesse. It's all deliberate.
The delays are actually killing Alex Myers right now. I feel like the holding back is definitely what's getting Commander Jesse every one of these miles that he's got right now. The pressure. The teleports. I like that. Now he's noticing, right? Like if you do jump forward, teleporting further behind him is actually going to work out in your favor because he's going to keep that trajectory, goes forward, gets him out of trouble, and he keeps the pace.
A little bit higher off the top for that drill kick, allowing Myers to get started and capitalize on that mistake. Close to stun. Nice break there for Commander Jesse. EX Gale in the air, but again, Myers is tracking him down.
And I like the fact that he's using Air Gale, using these slides to throw off the entry from the air from Alex Myers. But the life deficit is not looking too good for Commander Jesse, going for the instant overhead. And this is once again set point. Commander Jesse is on the ropes.
Instant jump light kick. The 50-50 on top of the 50-50. Is it going to be a low? Is it going to throw? No go. It's going to be...
Ooh, bars. Lots of meter on the side of Commander Jesse. I like the teleport game guess. There's a throw. Commander Jesse open up that gameplay right now and look at him. Lots of corner control, holding up, actually saving for that V-trigger activation. I can tell you another thing. Alex Myers is one of the best at controlling and using his V-trigger. One of the best at utilizing it, if you ask me. He will not spend it all, and sometimes he will. But look at it, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Holding on to the V-trigger just in case he wants to cash out. And now he has full CA.
Oh, he's gonna get it. No, he dropped it.
No, this isn't good. Another drop combo by Commander Jesse, letting him cook
The
that
block on the overhead and
that's
the punishment.
Oh my God, going for the heavy snipe is gonna seal the deal. And Commander Jesse knew what was on the line when he did that. I'm not sure what he was looking for, but that snipe was basically a death sentence. That floating mechanic of it is really what gets him in trouble.
If you didn't pick me up at WNF that 1 week, I wouldn't have gotten so much. I went back. I watched the tapes.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
thank you.
For sure, dude.
I'm not gonna let any other Dhalsim beat me, Jesse. Don't you worry. I run into Mochi. My HC Mochi? Who is this? Who is this?
I would hope so. I hope so.
Wow.
That's hard. Like, to be on the receiving end of that, it's just like, I appreciate what you're saying, but man, come on.
Come on, man. Get off my screen, bro. We online. I ain't got to look at you no more. And you still talking to me, man? Look, we friends. Get out of here, bro. You just beat me up. But this is one of the things that we touched on earlier. It was the fact that these guys have played each other before at a main event, as a main event, because it was grand finals. So they have more than enough experience. Alex Myers hinting at that the minute he gets the W. He says, man, if you didn't beat me up at Wednesday Night Fights all those times, I would not have known what to do. And this is part of the matchup that we were talking about. You're going to need that experience. So I feel like it's really smart that, going to the Cammy, keeping control of the ground, and making Commander Jesse stay on his toes by making the pace stay faster than he's used to.
No, absolutely. The way that he capitalized on Commander Jesse's movement was how it should be played. That's the kind of patience you would need. As soon as you get that opening, then you utilize Cammy to her full extent. You close the gap, really punish with these close range normals, keeping it plus through and through and catching some of the nuances of the player. Again, he studied the matchup on paper, then he studied the player. As much as he could. He really took advantage of the kind of habits that Jesse has when it comes to wanting to teleport out of the corner, stay as mobile as possible to get far away, get out of the corner, what have you. And even the late teching that Commander Jesse does that is really, really strong for his defense, absolutely blown up in the likes of Cammy's V-skill too. Phenomenal play, phenomenal studying from Alex Myers. Really looking forward to seeing what he has to present if and when he gets to perform in the CPT.
Well, look, personally, great undercard match to start these exhibition matches. Alex Myers will be the winner here for this first match, and I believe we have words from the winner. Let's take a listen.
I was really focused on like keeping an even tempo and not like overexerting myself, because that's what Jesse wants. Jesse wants you to like overextend. He wants you to make a lot of mistakes, and that's how he used to beat me a lot before. But I was telling Jesse, like, after we played that, like I studied the tapes. He beat me at a WNF recently. I was in winner's bracket, and it just was like deja vu. It was grand finals winner's bracket. He beat me like 6-3 or something. It was horrible. I was like, not again, Jesse. So I studied the tapes. I made sure I knew how Jesse was kind of exploiting me, and I made sure not to overextend in those areas. And honestly, when I was going through the tapes and studying Jesse, that I didn't really appreciate the answers he had before. I would be like, oh, this guy's just being random. What is he doing? This and that. But like, Jesse's really smart. Like, Jesse is like figuring out these answers that no other Dhalsim ever presented to me to nullify my pressure, to really get under my skin. That's what makes him really unique. And once I kind of had an answer to, like, for instance, like I was doing jump back air throw a lot. I hit him like, I think 4 to 5 times. I hit him like every time with jump back air throw. That was something I knew Jesse knew to do against me, to exploit normal offense that I usually do. So I really kept in mind not to overextend in those situations, kind of just take my time in the neutral game. Like before, I would be like more rushed. I just want to get in, but that's what Jesse wants. Jesse plays a style where he's floating a lot in the air to just kind of like mess with Cammy's spacing. He doesn't want to be on the ground too much when he feels you're going to EX dive kick, when he feels you're going to do like random heavy drills and stuff. So I made sure to just take my time in neutral, react and respond accordingly. And without Jesse's experience before, like say I was just playing Jesse right now off the bat, probably would have gotten smoked. So definitely a very strong competitor, and I'm glad to call him my rival.
Alex Myers, class act. You can tell he did his homework, showed in the gameplay, that interview highlighting a little bit of his mindset going forward. How do you feel so far? You know, how does the temperature stack up so far after this first undercard match?
Give him a 1st to 10, I feel like it'd be so close. It would be completely unpredictable, because again, Jesse was starting to get acclimated with what the situation was, really starting to show that adaptation. And Myers, again, sometimes he gets a little flustered. He likes to play a certain way, and once that gets shut down, he kind of gets a little impatient. But that wasn't the case here. 1st to 4, complete shutout.
Wait a minute. Isn't Alex Myers your co-host? Why are you going? Why?
You know how I know all about this? It's because he's my co-host that I know what gets under his skin. I know everything about Alex Myers.
Wow,
okay?
wow.
That's the reason why I say it.